You've probably heard this week that the premium cigar industry got a huge win in federal court, but it was a good win and not a home run. We had an attorney look at it, and here's what they had to say. U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta ruled that the FDA's 2016 decision deeming all cigars are subject to regulation was arbitrary and capricious, and therefore legally improper. In 2014, the FDA announced it was considering whether or not it wanted to regulate cigars in the same way it does all tobacco products. The FDA had two choices. One, treat all cigars the same, or two, exempt premium cigars from regulation. In 2016, the FDA chose option one and deemed all cigars subject to regulation. Since that decision in 2016, the cigar industry has been fighting the FDA tooth and nail in court, and they've won more than they lost, including knocking out box labeling requirements, advertising restrictions, and a very expensive process to introduce new brands. Essentially, Judge Mehta said that the FDA can't just ignore facts that they don't like. For example, that premium cigars are smoked differently and less frequently, therefore pose a lower health risk. And two, that children ages 12 to 17 aren't smoking premium cigars. Essentially, the judge submitted that the FDA said there was no data when there really was data, and FDA had to take that into account. They couldn't just ignore it. The court also decided that the FDA took another study out of context that alluded that 3.8% of children ages 12 to 17 were smoking premium cigars, when in fact, the real number is less than 0.1%. Essentially, the judge said that the FDA cannot ignore data that contradicted the reasons they gave to regulate cigars. And he found that the deeming of all cigars was improper. So now the judge has to determine whether it's going to rule against the FDA and make them go back to step one and start the whole process all over again, or allow the FDA's request for remand without vacatur, which allows the agency determination to remain in effect, while the FDA tries to provide further explanation addressing the issue raised by the judge in an attempt to confirm the validity of the original FDA decision. The cigar industry, however, wants a final agency determination that deemed premium cigars invalidated. So the cigar industry wants the deeming rule thrown out. If that happens, then the FDA will have to start from scratch and decide whether or not they want to start from scratch and regulate all cigars again, or exempt premium cigars. Even if the judge invalidates the deeming rule, and we can expect the FDA to appeal the decision. So it's another big victory for premium cigars, but the fight is far from over, and it's gonna keep going. We cannot give up now. This has been a Cigar News Update from Republica Debauchery.